The gentleman who will take over this program is Conan O'Brien. I've met him a couple of times. The only thing I know about Conan for sure is that he's been in prison. That's all I don't know. I know he killed a guy. I don't. And he's been on the show, and as I said to him when he was a guest on our program, I hope for Conan and his staff all of the success and the happiness that we here have been able to achieve, and I sincerely mean that for him and his folks. Also, I hope that he finds it in his heart sometime down the road to invite me back here from time to time. I would get a kick out of that.
From NBC Studios in New York, it's Late Night with Conan O'Brien. Tonight, David Letterman and musical guest Z with Andy Richter and the Max Weinberg 7. Note to myself, think of guests as rich, dark chocolate when reading names. Now, here's your host, Conan O'Brien!
This is a very special night for us, a real treat. David Letterman is here. I showered for this. All right, we also have our musical guest tonight, Z, featuring Ahmet and Dweezil Zappa. See how hard it is. It's not an easy job. All right. We're not going to move the show along, Andy. I think we've got things on a bit of a roll right now, and I think it's time to proceed with... What's going on? People, would you please? Oh, no, it's a streaker! It's a streaker, everybody! Oh, what? No, no. Why? Why a streaker tonight of all nights when David Letterman's here?
We left specific instructions, no streakers.
I gave orders that there'd be no streakers tonight. I apologize to everyone. There'll be no more nude 50-year-old men running through the audience throughout the show. Please accept my apology. All right, streaker's gone. We can all relax. My first guest tonight called this studio home for 11 years, and it is a real pleasure to welcome him back. Ladies and gentlemen, David Letterman. Very nice.
You know, I was really excited and thrilled and very much looking forward to the occasion until I see a guy pretending to be fat and naked running through the...
We can't get anyone to really do it.
And then I said to myself, well, the executive talent at GE really hasn't changed much at all. This naked guy.
Well, I've been fired now. Thank you very much.
I love what you've done with the place, by the way. It's just very, very nice.
Come on. I chose these colors myself.
It's very strange for me to be here. I was actually here a couple of, about 6 weeks ago. We were shooting some silly videotape outside of the building, and it was about 9 o'clock in the evening, and people said, well, let's go on upstairs to the 6th floor where you used to work and take a look around. And so we came up in here, and it was just like it was now, except you folks weren't here. Well, most of you weren't here. And then we, looked around, looked at the commissary, looked at the nightly news set, and then we left. And then 2 days later, in the newspaper was an article that we had broken in, pushed our way past the guard, and I had gone up to Bryant Gumbel's office and taken a nap. What more heinous a stunt could a man pull? I don't care who sees me. I'm sleeping on this couch, boys. Cover me. I'm taking a nap.
You like it, though? You really like what we've done here? Does it look good?
Yeah, it does look good. And the thing that I liked about it when I came in here, I was in the studio since 1981. We did a morning show.
You did the morning show here?
Right here,
I didn't
exactly.
know that.
And it was comforting to me to see that you guys have carved out a completely new identity for yourselves. And when I watched the show, it was funny. When I first watched the show, it was a little difficult for me because they say late night, and I'd think, hey, Keen.
I'll be on.
Yeah. And then it would be Conan O'Brien, late night with Conan, and I'd say to myself, and this is how stupid I am, I would say to myself, oh, geez, I wish I had a show. It was very odd. I know that's pathetic, but that's my life. And then as I would watch it, and the truth of it is, when I first started watching a show, it always kind of made me wince a little bit because I thought, well, I don't know, it's not really me, it's not my show. But the more I watched the show, I realized you guys do an incredible amount of comedy and stuff that is produced that is very high level. And the volume and the quality of the stuff just knocks me out. And I think you've really done a great job to carve out a wonderful identity for yourselves. And there's nothing like this show anywhere on television. And I really, really appreciate that. I think you did a nice job.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I would say
You realize, of course, that was before I saw the naked guy in the audience.
I know. I'm sorry. I really am. I'd say the biggest drawback we've had so far is that you had a very funny window on your show.
Yeah, we had a great window.
You had a very funny window, and my window, it isn't very funny. Look at this.
Yeah,
just please do me the favor.
I just came from a show like that where there were crickets and wind blowing. On tonight's show, I spent the first, you talk about screwing things up. I'm 46. I've been in television since 1969. You would think that the simple things would be under control. Tonight, for the first 10 minutes of my show, we went down to Times Square with a live camera, and there's a guy in a patrol booth, a little safety booth, the size of a phone booth. And so we were going to talk to this guy, and he comes out of the booth, and he introduces himself to me, and for the first 10 minutes of the show, I call the guy Lou. That's fine. The guy's name is Ray.
Lou is funnier than Ray. I
If
defend
he had
that
been
choice.
naked, that would have been good.
Come on, show me how it's done.
Anyone?
Right there.
And when we're done here tonight, I'm going to take a nap on your couch, buddy, and nobody can stop me.
Completely unstoppable. I want to ask you something. This is a question that people wouldn't expect, but when I first got this job, I came here to 30 Rock.
How did you get this job, by the way? Was it a theme writing contest? Or
Yes. Yes. Yeah. It was a what would I do with a talk show, and I was fourth. But I went up and we shot a remote in one of your offices. It was actually in your office.
Up on the 14th floor.
Yeah, you had moved out, and I noticed on the windows of your office, thick sheets of plexiglass were covering all the windows.
That's right.
Protective covering, and I thought, what a sick man. Now, what is that? What was that all about?
Well, first of all, let me correct you. It's not plexiglass. It's a product made by GE, and it's half-inch Lexan. It's bulletproof glass. It's what they use around hockey arenas, so guys can't bust through and shatter glass.
Okay.
And it's funny, when that was put up there, the guys who did the work, I know they thought I was nuts. Like, you know, here's a guy, it was snipers. Oh, yeah, snipers are after Letterman. Got to get the bulletproof glass in place. Letterman thinks there's snipers. But we had been in that office for 10 or 11 years, and many of the staff members at the time, and people who are still with us, would come up there and we would do stuff. We would heave stuff around, and we would take batting practice, we would play soccer, we would play football, we would play baseball. And one day during batting practice, that's why the show used to be as good as it was.
Yeah.
I was, you know, taking full cuts, and I swung around and lost control of the bat, and it shot right through one of the windows. Now, we were on the 14th floor above the intersection of 51st and 6th Avenue there.
Yes.
And so the bat just wedges in the glass and is teetering on the ledge. And so I thought, now this is a sign, maybe you kids better quit screwing around in the office. But I didn't learn anything from that, and a couple of years later, a woman who works with us now by the name of Mary Connolly and I, we would come in and we would play baseball. We would heave the baseball back and forth, just loosen up, and she and I would kind of heat them in there, you know, kind of duck them under your chin and, you know, see who would flinch. And
Is this
I'm pretty tough when it comes to playing ball with the gals, you know what I mean? Hey, I'll come to your house and take a nap on your couch. That's just the kind of guts I got. So...
Now, when is this? Is this minutes before a show? Shouldn't you really be doing something more productive?
Of course, that can be said of any time of my day. But this was in the afternoon, and it was like in July, early in July, and it was about 2 o'clock. And 6th Avenue was just crowded. It was just a mass of people, you know, going up and down the street and there at the intersection. And she and I are winging balls back and forth, and one gets away from me. And I had wound up pretty good, and it goes into the Venetian blinds of the window, shatters the glass, and drops 14 floors to the sidewalk below. Now, so you think to yourself, well, you know, folks are dead. And it was the single worst moment of my life in this building, but I summoned up the courage, and I got the guts up, and I said to myself, you know, it's situations like this where a person has to be responsible for their own actions. You have to answer for your behavior. You have to know what is the right thing, and you have to do it. And it was then that I sent an intern down to see who was dead.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, listen, we are going to take a quick commercial break. Will you tolerate that?
Absolutely. Whatever you want.
Okay. We're going to step away for 1 second, make a lot of money for NBC, and then we're going to come back with David Letterman. I'm here with David Letterman. Sir, a lot of people were watching the Olympics this week, and they were watching your show. You sent your mom to the Olympics, which got a lot of publicity. And I was wondering, does she have the bug now? Does she want to keep going?
You know, first of all, that was an actress. That wasn't my mom. A woman named Sylvia Henderson, and she's great. And Mom did audition, but wasn't right.
Wasn't quite there.
No,
all right.
Yeah. It's very strange because Mom may be the least demonstrative person I've ever been around. She's very shy, very soft-spoken when she speaks. Very soft-spoken. And we just decided to send her over there, and we didn't really understand what was going to happen. And it turned out to be fairly nice, but as far as continuing this sort of thing, I don't think she's going to Bosnia to cover the trouble there.
Are other networks vying for her time, for her attention?
Oh.
Is there any chance she'll be on the 12:30 slot? CBS?
Well, I guess anybody can get a show at 12:30, Conan.
Yeah.
So
If I had a cap, I'd doff it to you. I really would.
But it was, you know, my fears is now, here's a woman who is my mother, so you figure she got to be older than I am. You know, it'd be odd if we were roughly the same age. And
it gets a little strange.
She's 73 years old, and I thought, oh my goodness. And people are over there falling down and busting their legs and stuff, and I just thought, the worst thing that could happen, you know, forget the press, if she gets killed over there. That would just be ugly, you know, that would put an end to the whole thing right there. And I just had visions of like a bobsled going haywire, and there's Dave's mom standing a little too close. Because of the credentials Dave got for his mom, she was able to look right over the bobsled rail and caught one in the head. And but she had a great time, and the last couple of days, I don't know, maybe it was the last week, she was rooming with the Italian bobsled team. So I thought, had a girl mom.
Did you ever think, all those years, those 11 years, did you ever think of using her on the late night show here?
We occasionally Mom would call on the phone and we would chat with her about various things. We had her one night call up, and as a kid she used to make these fried bologna sandwiches. And because we were in about our second or third year and completely out of ideas, we decided it would be fun to have Mom call in, and on the phone she would talk me through making a fried bologna sandwich. And so it was one of those deals where I was so excited because as a kid I remember nothing being quite so flavorful as this fried bologna sandwich. And I remembered it as being a lot more elaborate than the sandwich Mom did for us on the air that night. I thought it was like fried the bologna and a little butter, and then you put like mayonnaise, and then you put lettuce, and then you put tomato, and then you put mustard. And I thought, this, you know, this is...
You ate like Elvis, pretty much.
And so Mom gets on the phone and she kind of takes us through it, and she says, all right, David, now fry the bologna. Okay, now put it on a slice of bread. All right, now put on another slice of bread. And I said, okay, yeah, now what, Mom? And then she says, enjoy. I got the fried bologna sandwich.
My only regret was that you didn't use her on that old show, because then your mother would be the intellectual property of this show. We could use her for all kinds of things.
Oh, my good heavens.
Just a thought that occurred to me. I remember a couple of years ago, I don't remember how many years ago it was, but...
well, pick a number, nobody cares.
All right. I think
that's what I do. I just make stuff up all the time.
I think it was 1952.
The guy's name is Ray. I call him Lou. Nobody cares.
No one's keeping track. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right. I remember that you did something with Carson, where Carson stole your car.
Yeah, that's
Is this,
right.
This was something that at the time I couldn't tell how much of this is fact, how much of it is fiction. Can you straighten that out for us?
Well, from what you said so far, it's all true. Johnny Carson and I used to live in a part of Malibu. It's called Point Doom, and it's just this beautiful little neighborhood, and it kind of juts out into the Pacific. Now Johnny Carson lived in the $8 million side of town, and I lived in about the $100,000 side of town. And I had, in those days, and still do, a 1973 Chevy pickup truck. And the thing that I loved about this truck was it was just beat to hell. There's like 1,000 dents, and because of the sea air, all of these dents would rust, and it really got to be quite an eyesore. But the uglier it got, the more pride I had in having this pickup truck parked outside of my house. So one day I was a guest on Johnny's show. You remember Johnny.
It's all so vague.
And
I'm 14 years old. This is a clip-on tie.
And so I'm on the Tonight Show telling my little stories and trying to get laughs and dropping my pants and whatever you got to do to get laughs. And so Johnny, I can tell, he's not paying attention to anything I say. I can see in his eyes that he's waiting to pull the pin on a grenade. He can hardly wait to get this moment. And so finally I wrap up my little skits, my little song and dance, and I'm looking around, and Johnny says, why don't you tell me about that piece of junk you got parked out front of your house? And I said, well, I don't know. And you play along with Carson,
Sure, yeah.
especially in those days. Not so much now, but in those days, you played along. Between you and me, Conan, I can pretty much write my own ticket.
Yes.
But know, Carson is whining about my truck being an eyesore, and he says, I have to run by there every day, and it's making me sick. And I said, oh, I don't know what you're getting to. He turns around, they have like a drum roll or something. They open up the curtains, and there in the studio is my pickup truck, and he has swiped it and brought it into Burbank, and it's sitting there, and it's just then serving as a huge embarrassment to me in front of the entire world. So finally, he returns the truck, and I get to looking it over, and I realize that the left front headlight is busted out. So I think to myself, oh, man, I'm salivating lawsuit. That's all I... So about 6 weeks later, Johnny and I, with the aid of Judge Wapner, I kind of filed suit against Carson for the damage suffered by to my pickup truck, and Judge Wapner comes on, and Johnny and I...
Did you do this on the show?
Yeah, on the show. No, we did it in his backyard.
Oh, I don't know.
So Judge Wapner is sitting there, and Carson and I are behind podiums, and it was just like the People's Court. And I, at the beginning of it, I walked over to Wapner and gave him a box of steaks. I thought that was pretty slick. And
smooth move.
Yeah, excellent. And finally, I was able to prove, and I felt very proud of this, that my truck had been damaged when Carson swiped it, and I won a $30 settlement from Johnny Carson. I'm telling you, I felt a little bit like one of his ex-wives. I was in heaven. Get in on that gravy train.
Well, all those years when you were doing the show, here at late night, and then you've since gone on to CBS, did you think that this was all going to get this much attention? Did you think that the whole thing was going to get this kind of... It's just we don't have a lot of time left, and I was just curious, did you think that this was going to happen, that late night would turn into... Because I'm relatively new to it. I had no idea that it was that important to the media or to people in general.
Yeah, I had no idea that it was that important, and NBC had no idea that it was that important.
Be squeegeeing car windows tomorrow.
But you know, it's easy to be flip about it, but the truth of it is, I loved being here, and I still have nothing but really strong positive memories. And the people that I dealt with, and the executives, and the programmers, and the folks that we saw on a daily basis, I felt like we had nice, good, strong relationships. And I don't hold any grudges, and I don't regret anything that has happened. But I am surprised that it did get to be as silly as it was. You know, I mean, it just. But I don't know. That's the way things go. Well,
listen, you're supposed to end on a big laugh. I thought what I'd do is just thank you very much for coming. We are out of time, but this meant a lot to us to have you stop by. It was very nice of you to come by and do that. It goes on for about 9 more minutes.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks very much.
You know, I was thinking about this, Conan, all weekend, and this, by the way, was my worst fear about the show. And it's happened. I just thought, oh... I should have brought the long socks. But you know, see, look at that. How big a dweeb is he? Look at that.
I find it attractive. It's a good look.
But you know, when we did our last show here, and I was kind of wrapping things up, it was really a quiet hope of mine that I would be invited to come back on your show. And I didn't know if you would do it or not. I didn't know what the format would be. I didn't know if you'd have any place for me.
It was all country music for a while, and then... Then we got into this, which seems to work a little better.
I used to be able to go and see Carson on The Tonight Show, you know, 2 or 3 times a year, and I loved it. And I realized that for one reason or another, I probably wasn't going back to The Tonight Show.
Sure, Jay would have you on.
So to be able to come here, and I hope you'll be nice enough to invite me back. It's just been great fun, and I think you guys do a terrific job.
Well, thank you. I know you have to go to the MSG for the ESPYs, which is a tongue twister now. You have to leave.
Oh, it's a big night for me,
Big night
folks.
for you.
Big night for me and my socks.
But listen, thanks again. Do come back and visit us, and best of luck with your show. It's great. Congratulations. David Letterman. We'll be right back.
Our next guest is the personable young host of Late Night with Conan O'Brien, which can be seen nightly on another network. Which one? There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor and give a nice warm welcome to our friend Conan O'Brien. Conan, come on out. O'Brien, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Conan O'Brien. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Ed Sullivan Theater.
This is beautiful.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
It's a pleasure to have you here. You know, even if I wasn't somehow involved in this story, I would be fascinated by it. Don't you think?
Yes, yes. It's a fascinating story, the whole thing.
How have things gone for you over there? How has it been kind of more of an adjustment than you thought it might be? Moving, you were primarily a writer, I guess, before this.
Yes, I had done some performing, but there are a lot of things, as you know, to get used to. It's a very complicated job.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't understand this when I took the job, but there's someone called a stage manager on these shows.
I'm sorry, what do you say, Conan?
A stage manager.
Oh.
Yes. You should write this down, Dave. You see, Dave, TV's a very complicated thing. I'll talk to you after the show. Anyway, there are these stage managers. I didn't know this was part of the deal. Their job is to give you these signals, like 2 minutes left, 1 minute, 30 seconds
They keep
wrap.
you posted.
They keep you posted.
They're your connection to the control room.
That's right, exactly. And you get some strange ones. I mean, about 3 weeks ago on the show, I'm doing an interview. It seems to be going well. And they hold up a card that says, "Wipe your chin." And I felt like Ronald Reagan or something. It was very, I mean, I remember thinking, is this part of the deal, you know? I felt like a complete idiot. And of course, everyone in the whole studio knew that I was drooling. I didn't know. They hold up a card and the whole audience can see it. "Wipe your chin, idiot." And
What is it? "Wipe your chin, idiot."
they added an
oh
idiot.
my God.
We had a supermodel. We had a supermodel on the show. Beautiful woman.
Which one?
I don't know, Dave.
I know.
It was a one-night stand. I don't know.
Hey,
And,
hello. Look out.
And no, but she came out wearing a slip that was just barely. She was barely wearing this slip. And the interview is about 3 minutes into the interview. I'm in the moment. I'm talking to her. We're having a good conversation when they wave a card that says, "Her breast is showing."
Whoa!
And it occurred to me, why are you showing me this card? What can I do about this?
Yeah.
If I try and correct the problem, I will be sued.
That's right.
They want me to leave.
One false move and you're in handcuffs.
I was more than happy to try, but it's very. The other thing I've noticed, you don't have this problem anymore. You may never have had this problem, but when you do a 12:30 show, I've noticed that when people compliment you on an episode, they also feel obligated to tell you why they were up that late. And it's very funny. And, I mean, people come up to me and say, "You know, I saw you with Lisa Gibbons. You were really, it was a great interview. I really liked it. Someone pulled a fire alarm in our building." And so, you know, I was coming back into the house, the TV was on, or someone will say, I saw you with Rich Hall. It was a very funny segment. I burned my hand about 2 days ago, and I have an ointment or a balm that I have to apply every
few hours.
Every few hours, and so I was applying the balm. The TV happened to be on, and it was not a bad show at all.
Time for the medication, and I just using it as a nightlight. Saw you right there.
So it keeps my ego in check. I know more about people's maladies now than I ever.
You know, you do. I was on. You were nice enough to have me on the show a few months ago, 2 or 3 months ago.
You were nice enough to come.
It was great, and when I watch the show, I'm very impressed because it always looks like you and your staff, a bunch of hardworking, smart people, doing a great show, and I think it still continues to be very impressive.
Thank you very much. I do appreciate it.
We got a. You know, here our stage managers, they take naps next to the camera.
I've noticed that.
He's out cold. We'll do us a commercial and continue visiting here with Conan O'Brien, kids. Come on back. How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the gigantic program. Conan O'Brien from the very popular late-night television program, Late Night with Conan O'Brien. And I found this very impressive. I was told, I guess this is true, tell me if it's not, you received, oh, that's good, Biff, thank you very much. I'm trying, I'm doing the best I can. Just put that away and go back to sleep, thank you. I was told that you received was it a fan letter from the White House from President Clinton?
Yes, President Clinton sent me a letter, said he was a fan of the show. I think Hee-Haw also got a letter. So no, I was very impressed. I got the letter, and then he followed it up by inviting me to the White House.
That's very nice.
And yeah, it was terrific. It was for, this is true, it was for prominent Irish Americans. It was on St. Patrick's Day. And I don't know why one would laugh at that, but there were some very famous people. Richard Harris was there, Michael Keaton was there. And then there's some, I think Donnie Most from Happy Days was there. I didn't know he was Ralph Mouth. It turns out he isn't even Irish, he just has red hair. And so they invited him too, and I thought this is a great opportunity. I'm going to get when I meet Clinton, I want it to be this great exchange that I can then live off of for the rest of my life.
Looking for a moment.
I wanted a great moment.
Yeah.
I'm in comedy. I can just tell this story, for 100 years afterwards about my great meeting with the president, and what did I say? So I'm in line, you wait in this long line to meet the president, and I'm thinking, I might give him one of these, it's nice to meet you. Gotcha. I might try something a little...
something punky, sure.
Yeah, something a little punky that I can then tell people, and they'll be like, wow, you did that? So I'm thinking in the line, and you get to the head of the line. It's like a ride at Disney. Suddenly you go over the top, a gate opens, you get to the end of the line, and I'm shot out right there to President Clinton. And I froze. I completely froze. All those, wise Alec ideas go right out of your head. And the president said, this is Conan O'Brien. He's one of our late-night talk show hosts. And he is, this is Mike Clinton, by the way. Yeah.
Very effective.
Yeah, I'm just telling you. I'm not an impressionist, but...
could have been Reagan, too.
Yeah.
Would have worked for either.
It's all-purpose.
Your all-purpose presidential impression.
This is my all-purpose impression. It could be so many people. And anyway, he's one of our late-night talk show hosts, and his people are from Ireland. And the Prime Minister of Ireland is right there. And the Prime Minister of Ireland said, tell me, where are you from? Where are your people from? And the Prime Minister leans in, like, he wants to know. And Clinton leans in, like, oh, man, this is going to be good, yeah. He leans in, too, and there's this moment, and I said, I don't know. And immediately the line pushes past me. Donnie Most was next. He said something really clever. He hung out with the president all night.
You become an instant boo.
Yeah, and so, later that night, I'm trying to live off this story. Like, you know what I said to him? I don't know.
It
pretty good, huh?
It sounds a little like Clinton, a little like Reagan, and a little like Clint Eastwood. So you have kind of a whole thing going there.
It's a collage.
Now, here's a part of this story that you are probably sick and tired of talking about, because I think people are under the impression that you came from nowhere to suddenly be hosting a network television program. But you had performing experience before. I had
performing experience. I had done a lot of improvisation. I had worked with the Groundlings Theater. I had done quite a bit of work on Saturday Night Live. And I also had been doing so well in my performing career, Dave, that I actually was in the pilot of a very successful NBC sitcom. And for some reason, I'm not really sure why, they cut me after the pilot was done. And the show
so you were only in the pilot?
I was only in the pilot, and the show went on to become quite successful. I'm a little bitter about it, but it's not a big deal.
I think we have a clip of that. We're going to show it if you don't
mind.
have
a clip of it?
Yeah.
I don't.
Al, do me a favor. Go ahead and roll it.
Don't know about the future, that's anybody's guess. Ain't no good reason for getting all depressed. Fire up your pen and pencil, I'll give you a piece of my mind. In my opinion, nation, the sun is gonna surely shine.
Well, I think it all worked out for the best.
I think so. Very disappointing.
Conan, nice to see you.
Hey, thanks for having me on, Dave.
Great job, and a great job with the show. Say hello to the folks back over there. Conan O'Brien, folks. We'll be right back here. All right. It's all over. We're moments away from being unplugged. And now here's some bad news. We've run out of time, and our friend Dave Edmonds will not be on the show tonight. Gosh, I wonder when we lost that time. Anyway, he was nice enough to come back and visit with us one night next week. My thanks also to Conan O'Brien and Jamie Lee Curtis. Monday, Damon Wayans, John Cicada, and from the Texas Rangers, the first man in the history of the American League, a left-hander to throw a perfect game, Kenny Rogers, will be on the show. Good night, folks. Thanks for being here. Have a great weekend.
Pants, pants, pants.
When is it, Paul? Have we done the Academy Awards yet?
No, it's a week from Monday.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I'm having them again every night for the last 2 or 3 months. I have these nightmares. I gotta host the Academy Awards, and I wait. Oh, yeah, that'll be great. And it's getting to me. It's under my skin. It's making me a little hinky. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah. Hinky, you know what I'm talking about?
Hinky.
A little...
Like that.
And I keep having these dreams, recurring nightmares, if you will. And it's always the same, but yet just different enough to terrify the holy hell out of me. And I had another one of those dreams last night. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rub my forehead, tilt my head back. You're going to hear the music, and then you're going to see videotape of my dream. Geez, I remember it as though it was just, oh my God, it was so lifelike.
And now, please welcome the host of the 67th Annual Academy Awards, Conan O'Brien.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I enjoyed that one. I'll tell you, Louise, I like that Conan O'Brien. He's funny, ain't he? How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the big blockbuster broadcast this evening. Last week on this program, and we always like to think of ourselves as right at the cutting edge of American television entertainment. Last week, we introduced something the likes of which we had not seen before. It's the consummate achievement of biochemical engineering. It's a combination of a giant rat and something that flies. It's a giant rat with wings, and it flies, and it wasn't here last night. I was disappointed. Paul was disappointed. The audience, you, of course, you were not here last night, but the audience, and even the stage crew, Corky, you were disappointed as well. I hate it when we break Corky's heart, don't you?
Yeah.
That was a Paul Peterson song, wasn't it? Break Corky's Heart?
Well,
we're going way back now, aren't we? Yes, and then My Dad. That was the B-side of My Dad. Break Corky's Heart. Anyway, we found out where the giant flying rat was, and I'm more than a little steamed. Roll it, Hal. Here, take a look at this. He was on that, look, it's the Late Late Show with Tom Snyder. There's
Good
Tom.
evening, folks, and welcome
yeah, he's
back,
talking to
everybody.
somebody. He's pretty serious. He's
simulcast from May the 1st of 1995, and tonight I'm pleased. You know, we've been trying to
yes, sir, nesting in Tom's sideburns. But, you know, seriously, ladies and gentlemen, good news for young and old alike. I'm happy to say that here in the Ed Sullivan Theater, once again, it's returned home. Ladies and gentlemen, the giant flying rat, Hal!
Ladies and gentlemen, The Late Show proudly presents from Sikorsky Aircraft in Stratford, Connecticut, and from the Jet Propulsion Lab in Pasadena, and the College of Veterinary Medicine at UC Davis in Davis, California. The magic, the miracle, the wonder of genetic engineering, the giant flying rat.
Are you happy now, Corky?
I feel great.
And as we pointed out there, they're not much trouble. Right now, because this is the prototype, don't expect to go to a pet store and buy one of these. But if you could, the cost for this would be about $4-5 billion.
At least.
Yeah. But eventually, when they start mass producing them, you'll be able to pick them up for $1.79.
Oh.
But we're talking about years from now. Every time we do this show, people come from all over the United States, 400 or 500 people, they sit in the audience. Well, that means great. Everybody who wrote in for tickets gets in. But for every good story, there's a sad story. People who are waiting, who don't have tickets, they have standby tickets, they don't get in. And because today is such a miserable, rainy day, and these are folks who really want to see a television show, and they didn't get... Hal, turn on the camera out there. This would be our standby audience tonight. Look at them. Look at those people. All right, turn it off. All right, Hal, turn it off. Thank you. They're getting on my nerves. That's our standby audience tonight. Those are the people that got up at dawn and stood outside in the rain all day hoping to see some kind of a television show, and we disappointed them yet again. And, look, already you folks here have seen the giant flying rat. That's the kind of thing That's the kind of thing you tell your grandkids and your neighbors about. So I want to try and do something nice if I can for these people. All right, turn it on again, Hal. Hey, hi. Yes, sir, right there. You at the head of the line. What is your name, please? Yes, sir, you, right there. Stop doing that. What is your name, please?
I'm from Germany.
Yes, you're from Germany. Well, we'll get you a translator.
Please open the doors.
And what is his name? Mike, I tell you what, I want you to be in charge of the standby audience. Will you do that for me?
No problem.
All right, now, in an orderly, single file, and a well-mannered fashion, as quickly as you can. Boy, look at the guy at the end. Take a lot of giant flying rats to cheer that guy up. It's Chris Elliott, isn't it, from the cast of Saturday Night Live? Did he used to work here? It's Chris Elliott. I don't know. Chris, we could have gotten Chris a ticket, couldn't we, somehow? All right, I tell you what, all right, ma'am, quit styling the shirt. I tell you what, Mike, look at this. Mike, bring everybody here into the Ed Sullivan Theater as quickly as you can, please. Be very, very careful. How are you? Thank you very much. Chris, thank you, Chris. Oh, come on. Sure, I'm sorry. Come on up here. Come on up here. Sure. Good heavens. All right. Chris, I enjoyed you in Cabin Boy. Hi. Now listen, you folks haven't missed a thing so far tonight. You know, when you come to New York City, you want to see television shows, don't you? I mean, there are like 16 television shows in production all the time here in New York City. As a matter of fact, tonight, simultaneously, as we produce The Late Show here in the Ed Sullivan Theater on CBS, the Conan O'Brien Show is in production back at NBC. And you know, that's our old show. We used to do that show. When Conan O'Brien heard about our standby audience, he was nice enough to invite you folks to go over there. No, it'll be fine. No, it'll be fine. Okay, there he is right there. That's Conan's show right there. Okay, so now that's where you folks are going. Yes, we're taking you over there right now to see a television show. Are we going? Come on, folks. Here we go. What is going on? Come on, it'll be fine. There you go. Thank you. Good luck. Be careful. Thank you. Nice to see you. Behave yourself. Thank you very much. Be careful. Take care. Bye-bye. There you go. Go. Kind of a hostage situation there. Is that what it turned into be? Well, they'll have the time of their lives. Our standby audience now on their way to our old show to see Conan O'Brien.
Cool.
To me, you can't do any better than that.
I love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got to pause for a commercial. When we come back, Angela Lansbury will be here. Nice to have you with us tonight. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the program. Angela Lansbury is here, Elizabeth Hurley, and Lou Reed. For my money, you can't do much better than this wonderful television program. Now, if you're scoring at home, as many of our viewers do, let's see how that first segment went. Things were doing pretty well, I thought, right off the top. Everybody seemed to be in a good mood. I joked with a very nice man down there about my driver's license. High-spirited repartee, good-natured barbs back and forth. It was a lot of fun. And so all that was good. And then we told some jokes. That seemed to go pretty well. And then with a giant flying rat, everybody liked that. Now, okay, now here comes the problem. All right. The standby audience. We see the standby audience out there, and we turn the camera on. I'm trying to talk to a guy named Gunther. What's his name? Gunther. I don't know. I can't hear Gunther. Gunther can't hear me, but he's from, where is he from? Austria? He's from Germany. Gunther is from Germany. Yeah. So, and I'm trying to do something in my heart, what I think is very nice, symbolically, to pay back all of the wonderful patience and loyalty you folks have generated over the years. And so we're going to bring him in here. And first of all, coming in, they don't seem to get the drill about coming in. You think a guy named Gunther from Germany would have that drill down?
You would think.
But he'd be able to line guys up and get them in here. But no! He was,
He did that
a
stuff.
lot of that.
Yeah.
A lot of Gunther with the semaphore signals to his folks back home there in Berlin. So, about 20 minutes later, Gunther and the folks are in the theater. And now I explain to them what we're going to do. And, you know, I said, we're going to send you over to the Conan O'Brien show. And they don't want to go.
Right.
So I think you'd have to put that down as a mistake for us as well. Now, the Conan O'Brien show is a wonderful show. Very talented man, very nice young man. And they were kind enough to invite Gunther and those other deadbeats to come over there and sit in their audience, and so right, you know, and then in the middle of it all, just when you think, oh my God, I'm just praying so we get to do a commercial and get the hell out of it, in the middle of it all, I see our producer, Robert Morton, behind his little tree house, his little hobby house there, his little clubhouse, he's doing this to me. While I'm trying to talk to Gunther and the folks there, and I said, what is it, Bob? And I'm like 4 feet from him, and instead of talking to me, he says this. So I think you'd have to say that the first round so far is a draw.
Well, all right. Fair enough.
That is chance. There's Gunther right there. I don't want to name names. I don't want to place blame, but you're looking at him right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's where it all... Well, hello, girls. See, yeah, but they weren't that peppy when they got in here. Oh, we don't want to go see another free TV show. We want to stay in the lobby.
Oh,
They set their sights a little too high. They'd rather just stay in the lobby. They're lobby dwellers. That's all they are. That's all they'll ever be. They're lousy lobby dwellers. They don't deserve Conan O'Brien. Paul and I, by the way, that's our old show.
That's right. It's kind of sad.
You're no help, Paul. Oh, they're there? Oh, they're there in the van. Let's see if their attitude has changed since the van ride. There's Gunther. No, that's not Gunther. Hell is happening to Gunther. Here we go. Hey. And this is nice. We're not seeing anything. That's great. There they go. They're scurrying along. Going right up. That's a beautiful building. There they go. That's NBC. All right. Stop it. All right. Doesn't help. Okay. No one's enjoying this. Stop it. Here we go. Okay. Hey! Ladies and gentlemen, here in my right hand, I have a copy of tonight's top 10 list. What did you just think you were going to finish the show with that? That just sounded like you were never going to stop.
I know, I got carried away.
You just kept going and going. Like, yeah, we're in here for about 40 minutes. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, the category tonight from the home office in... Oh, let's start the music again, Paul. Look at this. This is not working at all. Yeah. They're frightened. Something's going wrong. They may be arrested. Oh, they see. There they go. There's 3 of them. This is like some kind of outward bound project. The rest of them are lost in Manhattan and they'll never be seen again. There they go. There. Now see, look, they're in the show. There. Oh yeah, now they act like they want to be there. Look at this. Look at these little weasels. Oh my God, it's the Stockholm Syndrome. I've seen it a million times. They're identifying with the aggressor. Now look at how polite they're being. Mr. O'Brien is right there. Thank you, Conan. That's Andy Richter. Thank you, Andy. Yes. Good luck. They're wonderful people. I'm sure you'll have a lovely show. Hey, don't be discouraged by the fact that they've ruined our show.
Now, come on. Hand out the lays.
Okay, that's fine. Let's get back to the top 10 list. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a copy. You know, there are people like that.
What do you mean?
Well, say there are 2 parties in any given night, and the folks have been invited to 2 parties. They go to the first party, they ruin that, then they go to the second party, they ruin that. There's just people like that. I don't know what it is. Some kind of chemistry.
Oh, isn't that
They're a hit over there.
Yeah, I know. Believe me, they're going to ruin that show before the night is done. I'm telling you.
Great.
Yeah, well, we got a giant flying rat.
White ties?
I know. Are we a little late? Oh, we've broken Corky's heart again.
Oh.
Don't break Corky's heart.
Corky's heart if you know what's good.
The category tonight from the home office of Sioux City, Iowa. Top 10 other reasons people are suing McDonald's. It happened again this week. A guy goes into McDonald's, a big piping hot cup of coffee, spills it on his lap, suing him for $2 million. $2 million, I guess is how that goes. Oh, that Gunther. I'd like to check his papers.
Hey, there's a show.
Yeah, what?
Now you're talking. Get him back over here.
Well, I know we're late. I'm a little nervous. Leave me alone. I'm a little nervous. Top 10 reasons people are suing McDonald's. And the guy burned himself in the lap and he's suing McDonald's. Okay, it's happening a lot now. Other reasons. Here we go. Did we do the thing? Everything's ready? Okay. Number 10. Out of time, folks. Now stay tuned for Tom Snyder. Tom's guest tonight, Norm Crosby. Good night, everybody!
Worldwide Pants.
Every morning I give David a call at work.
Hello?
Hello, David?
No, ma'am, I've told you. He doesn't work here anymore.
I'm sorry.
Our first guest not only hosts his own late-night talk show, that's our old gig, Paul.
I know, I remember it well.
Sirree. He also has put together a very funny book. I have a copy of it right here. It's called If They Mated. And a look at the cover will give you the general idea. Do me a favor. Please welcome back to the big blockbuster program. Suddenly I'm Walter Cronkite. Here he is, just in from Bosnia, Conan O'Brien. Conan, come on in. Conan, how the hell are you, buddy?
Doing real fine. Thank you, Dave. How are you?
Nice to see you. Happy Super Bowl weekend. How are our old friends over there at NBC treating you? Pretty good?
Everybody's fine.
Things are going well for you?
Great. Things are going well.
It's a big weekend for you and the network because they're covering the Super Bowl 30. Are you involved? I know they want everybody to be involved in that.
They do, and the show is, we're in our third season now, and it felt like time to promote my show on the Super Bowl, Dave.
Well, how can you, they're just going to do some, we got to buy time?
Exactly. I don't know if you're aware, it's $1.2 to $1.3 million for 30 seconds of time on the Super Bowl.
Over $1 million for a half-minute commercial.
Yeah, but I felt like it's time. You know, we've been on for a while. It's time to go to the next level. So I
scraped up kind of dough.
I scraped up as much money as I could get together, Dave.
Yeah.
I don't know why these people are laughing. I find that offensive.
Well,
I'm tired of being laughed at, Dave. I'm tired of being everyone's joke, Dave. But laugh away, if you will. I scraped together all my funds, and I, Conan O'Brien, bought time to promote my show on the Super Bowl, and we actually...
A great deal of respect for you. We have it here?
Yes, we do have it
here.
here.
So this is what people will see now.
This is what people will see, and I'd like
when
to try
they watch Super Bowl 30. Roll it, the Conan O'Brien commercial.
Here we go.
Me! Yeah!
Thank you. Thank you.
Pretty shrewd.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
That's very, very, very savvy of you to be doing that. Very media savvy.
That's gonna, you know what it is? It's not about time, it's about impact. People are gonna see my fat Irish melon. Yeah, they're gonna see it and they're gonna think, I don't know what that is, I gotta watch that guy's show.
Exactly. It'd be a lot of stuff like, what the hell's that? Cables on the blink. Now listen, Conan, you're into your third year.
That's right, third year. We've done over 45,000 shows, I believe.
Well,
hard to believe, but that's true.
Schedule. How do you feel things are going? What kind of feedback do you get? Are you settling into the job?
I'm settled in. I'm liquored up every night. People like that. It's a more comfortable Conan.
You have an open bar before the show?
Open bar before the show. It worked, you know? The first year I was keyed up. It bothered people, and it's much better now.
So you're gassed every night.
I'm drunk now, Dave. No, it's wrong. Don't applaud. They shouldn't applaud that. That's wrong.
No, sir.
That's wrong when people do that. It's wrong. I apologize, Dave.
That's
that was cheap, and I feel bad.
So when you go out in the world now...
I go out in the world...
What is the reaction? What are people...
It's interesting, you know. For a while there, it was outright hate, which I absorbed.
I find that hard to believe.
Oh, I inspire hate in a lot of people, Dave. It's just a charm I have. No, for a while, the first year, people weren't sure. They were like, who does this guy think he is?
Sure.
Tune in at 12:30. It wasn't you, it was me. And it was a bad scene, man. If I can use that term. And then what happened is I'm finding now that people are more accepting, and I actually...
That's good.
But there are still humbling experiences.
Like what?
Well, I went to... recently, we shot a remote. And I went to Cleveland... to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And we shot a remote there.
For the show.
Exactly. I went to shoot videotape for the show. We get there. Everybody in the world is at this thing.
Sure,
a lot
big
of people.
deal.
And they have a line to get in. And I'm going in there to shoot my remote. And people start signing autographs. Rock stars, people that are there, important people.
It's a frenzy.
It's a frenzy, and I'm standing near these people, and suddenly people start asking me for my autograph.
There you go.
And they start asking me for my autograph, and I'm like, what is this? Okay, fine, you know, and I feel good about myself. I start signing autographs. And feeling good about myself, and I really thought, I've arrived. We go, we shoot the remote. It takes all day. It's the end of the day now. I'm leaving the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Everyone's left. I'm walking through the littered streets. I look down at my feet. My autograph is lying in the gutter.
No.
True story. It's lying there. Best wishes, Conan O'Brien, in the gutter.
Oh!
And I'm thinking to myself, you know, people were there. It was part of the frenzy. And someone was just like, hey, yeah, you. And I give it to him. The guy's like, huh? You know?
You know what you need? You know what to make you feel better? A Sousa March. Here we go. We got to do a commercial. We'll be back here with Conan O'Brien, ladies and gentlemen. This book is it's a bestseller, I believe, and it's
yes.
No, I think it is.
I don't know. I have no involvement.
It's doing very well, and it's called "If They Made It." This is an idea you guys had for your show, and it's nearly self-explanatory. But let's just take a look at the cover and show folks what we're talking about.
This is where we use This is a book where we use advanced computer
technology.
technology.
Hillary Clinton right there, boy. It's time for a manicure.
Exactly. We use advanced computer technology to find out what would happen. If couples were to mate and have a child.
She mated with Newt Gingrich
right
there.
What might happen.
Yeah.
And then you get the result, which is actually right there on the cover.
We show the progeny.
Yeah, and they're right there.
And you've done genetic research to suggest this is accurate.
Let me point out.
That's pretty much what the baby would look like.
Let me just say this right now, Dave. This is not a joke. This is not comedy, as you people refer to it. This is science. It's good science. And again, I don't know why people are laughing at this stuff.
We have a few loaded up. Why don't you take us through the drill?
Okay, well, first of all, this is a couple. They're not actually going out, which is what most of the book is. But Regis Philbin and Kathy Lee Gifford, we decided what would happen. They're not getting it on, as the kids say.
They're very good looking, though.
Exactly. What would happen were they to have a child? What might it look like?
Regis,
and then you get...
I went to high school with her.
Yeah, I dated her. Yeah,
every high school in the world has a woman who looks like that.
Yes, she's got a good soul.
Very nice.
Next, we looked at a couple that actually just had a baby. We wanted to see what the baby would look like. Of course, I'm talking about Roseanne and Ben Thomas, a very attractive couple.
Oh, that's right. Sure.
What's this child going to look like someday? And we did some testing, and there you go.
Yeah.
And.
Now, do these people actually give you blood to do your genetic research?
Yes, this is all done. This is all done with blood and tissue samples.
Yeah, it's very, very involved
by
now.
people.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Who else?
Well, this is a very good-looking couple, John F. Kennedy Jr. and Daryl Hannah. They were linked for a while.
There,
so this is going to be a very attractive
pay-dirt.
baby. Let's take a look at the future and see what's going to happen.
It's odd. It's odd that tricks nature.
Nature's cruel.
Yeah. You can't really predict it. It just apparently skips a generation or something.
Nature is often cruel, yeah. And finally, this is one that's not in the book, but it's a little bit of treat because I'm here. I did this for you.
For me?
This is for you, Dave. My gift to you. What would happen if you and Drew Barrymore were to get together?
Oh, my God.
and have a child.
God.
Let's see what would happen,
Oh, my
and then you have.
Jeez. God.
And again, that's just good science, Dave. That's all we're doing. So
You're
maybe
very, very resourceful.
yeah.
Now, do you have to run right back over there and do your show?
I did the show already.
So you've done it already. So
yeah,
you're
the show
done
is
for the weekend.
Yeah, the show is done. I got nothing to do. I'll just hang out here all day and eat
God
the free
bless you.
cookies back there.
You're welcome to anything you can find. Always a pleasure to have you here, Conan.
Thank you very much, Dave.
Congratulations
Thanks for having
on your
me here.
success. Conan O'Brien.
Yeah.
We'll be back with Mira Sorvino. Very funny.
Just another slumber party after a Friday show. A bedtime game of hide and seek. Hurry, come on, let's go! Conan and Andy thought they knew a perfect place to hide. They closed the room they'd heard about but never been inside. A scary old room they've been warned about, told never to go inside. There in the back, a big spooky head. There was no time to wait, so inside they went.
They were sent through time. Come on, really? Hurdled amongst the ages. Yeah, whatever. Just don't expect too much. Why not? We're a low-budget show. Ah, I see.
Hey, Andy, that's strange. We were traveling through time, but we're right back here at our studio. We didn't go anywhere.
Time travel machine must not have worked. Oh no, look at the time. The show's almost starting.
Oh, man. Come on, let's get dressed. Hey, who redecorated my dressing room? Look at this. Stevie Nicks poster?
Yeah, Pink Floyd. And look at this. A Rubik's Cube. Who uses those anymore? No kidding.
Andy, look.
What?
This calendar says 1983.
What's going on? Hey, who are you guys?
Dave, it's me, Conan O'Brien. This is Andy Richter.
Yeah, right. Well, listen, no interns in the dressing room, okay? You understand that? Security? Why don't you boys find a nice warm place and go screw yourselves, all right? Security!
It's the early 80s. From NBC Studios in New York, it's Late Night with Conan O'Brien.
Now let's see. Do we have clips to show or do we not have clips to show? What clips do we have to show? Just holler it out, Bob. Which one are we going to take a look at? In the pool. Oh, from the movie The Stud? Yes. Oh. Well, now, you know what you do. Here, I'm going to give you a little piece of advice because I like you. I have an affinity for you, and I think you're completely charming. When we show this, you're irritated, you can sue us. So, see, yeah.
For what?
So get some of that money back, balance out that Random House thing. You know what I'm saying?
Are you
Yeah,
really
all
going
right.
to show? Don't you want to show a clip from my new movie that's coming out?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Are you naked in that one?
No.
Then no, we want to see you
terrible.
naked. I'm sorry. That's just...
All you have to do is buy an old copy of Playboy.
Okay, here we go. Now, all right, we'll show the naked one, and then we'll show the other one. Or should we show the other one first and then show the naked one? Because it's tough to follow nudity. Huh? You do it? You only have the pool. Okay, here we go.
Oh, gee,
roll it.
thanks a lot.
Here we go. Roll it. This is Joan Collins.
I
in
don't
this.
believe this. This is... Oh, my God! I just blushed.
Your sister wrote the book that was based on? Is that what it was?
That entire scene was based on.
All,
She
all in
wrote
the
that
family. There you
book.
go.
Yes.
Man, I enjoyed that. I feel better already.
Did you? Well, I'm
Yes,
glad
ma'am.
you do. Is this what you were trying to find me doing when you burst into my dressing room that day 5 years ago?
Well,
you wanted to find me like that, and that
believe
would
me,
have been
I
shown.
hope
Hey,
you forgive
that
us
wasn't
for
too bad,
that.
actually.
Yeah. No, it wasn't bad at all,
I
was
was
it?
thinner then.
Yeah, okay.
But then who wasn't?
What are we doing? We have to do a commercial. Joan, thank you very much for your time. Good luck in court. I'll come down and do what I can. Joan Collins, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with Robert Downey Jr.
But I'm a bit Irish, too. I think we talked about this last time.
Yes, we did.
You know, yes, most definitely.
All right. Well, where are you off to now? You're going to Sam's Club. Is that right, to promote the book?
I'm going to Sam's Club. I'm going to, Minneapolis, Detroit, Dallas, Birmingham, Alabama, and L.A., ending up in L.A. So I'm going to kind of crisscross America for the next 5 or 6 days, which is going to be pretty exhausting. And I'm not only not traveling with my own sheets, I'm traveling just with a wheelie. You know, one of those little bags. Well, we call it a wheelie in England. You don't know what a wheelie is? It's one of those little bags like that with a zipper, and it's got wheels on, and you just put all your things in, and you just wheel it around. Get on the plane, don't have to check in your luggage.
It's called a weenie?
A wheelie.
Oh, a wheelie! Did you think she was saying wheelie?
No. Wheelie.
Oh, I was hearing
wheelie. Yeah,
I was hearing it's cool. I'm going to bring this weenie around. I thought it was like some nerdy guy you travel with. I swear to God,
No.
Okay.
Would I travel with a nerdy guy?
Andy,
I don't know.
No.
Oh, my God.
I just move over.
Oh, my God, look!
I had a question for Ms. Collins. You were on our show about a month ago.
Yes.
And in like the second segment, we showed this film of you naked in some movie. The movie was like the Stud or the Stud 2 or More Stud or can somebody call me a stud? Something. And so we showed the film of you naked, and it was lovely. She looked absolutely lovely.
That's why he's here.
And
when's the second repeat performance?
And then later, and I thought you enjoyed yourself, and then later, I read in the paper that you're pissed off.
No.
Now, all I want, were you pissed off or not?
No, I was highly flattered.
No, I mean, you can tell me. I don't. Because you're pissed off. I don't want to live with that. You understand?
You gotta answer this.
Totally.
You got the best job in the world.
You're not pissed off? You can tell me. Because, look, I know you don't want any more litigation. I don't want any more litigation. We can settle this now. You either were pissed off or you weren't pissed off.
Listen, I'll show you some clips of some Italian films I did. Next time I come on your show, you can show those.
Whoa,
and I won't
what
be
the hell
pissed
with the
off.
film?
And they're
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, so summing up then, you were not pissed.
No, I was.
Oh, God
I
bless you.
pissed on.
She wasn't pissed.
She wasn't pissed.
There's really nothing to say after that, ladies and gentlemen. Joan Collins, I believe that was David Letterman. We'll be right back with Bad Religion. Stick around.
What do you got there? What is that? I know, we got a joke left? Oh, we have a leftover joke? Really? We have a leftover joke? You mean I didn't do a joke? Well, we're out of time. We don't really have time for an extra joke. Let me see. Oh, wait a minute. I have an idea. Give me the. Here, you just stay there. I know. No, you better come with me. Come to think of it. You better come with me. I got to get rid of this. And I got to put on my glasses. Put on my glasses. Right this way. Come on. Here we go.
People heard this, but Michael Jackson is back in the news. He announced today he's going to open a chain of theme parks. Yeah. Yeah, apparently he was disappointed when he found out that the...
Pardon me. Hi, Conan. I have a little something for you.
You have something for me?
Right there. I'll be right back.
Oh,
Tony,
very
come here.
nice.
Tony, come here. There, look at this. It's a joke I had left over. I thought I'd bring it right up and give it a try. You like it? Try it. You like it? Here. Take it to the other guy. There you go.
All right. Well, folks, as you know, it's spring now, and I don't know, romance just seems to be in the air. Yeah, and in fact, this morning I was walking through Central Park, and a squirrel tried to mate with my hairpiece.
Ladies and gentlemen, today is the birthday of this man right here, Tony Inky Mendez. Happy birthday, Tony. Nice job. We got to do a commercial. We'll be right back, kids. Attaboy. We got a tough guy here. Right over there. Right over there. Stand up and take a bow, sir. There, look at it. Stand up and... Tough guy. Tough guy. Every show's got to have one. We got a tough guy. Things are under control. Speaking of things under control, earlier today, President Bill Clinton, the most powerful man on the planet, President Clinton had his annual physical. That's right, he checked into the Bethesda Naval Hospital and filled up specimen jar 1. So that was...
Specimen jar 1.
Specimen jar 1.
Like Air Force One.
Yeah, like Air Force One. That's right. Did you meet the tough guy, ladies and gentlemen? Right over there in case there's any kind of trouble. And in a related story, next week, Bob Dole goes in for his annual autopsy. So that's... So old. Wait a minute. Did you people like that joke? You know what that's based on? It's a joke about Bob Dole being old. And you enjoyed the joke? That's great. I'll be right back. That's terrific. Excuse me. Yeah. Miss Fat, Academy Awards. Kennedy is drunk. Oh yes, Dole is old. Oh, yeah. Hey, Tony, how you doing?
Oh, hey, Dave. Say, you don't mind if I borrow a couple of Clinton is fat jokes, do you?
Clinton is fat? No, help yourself. I'm doing Dole is old.
Great. Good luck with that.
Good to see you. Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye, Tony. Okay. Thought for a moment there we had been away at camp. You know, ladies and gentlemen, our first guest not only hosts his own very funny late-night talk show, he also is the leggy cover model featured on this week's issue of TV Guide. Do me a favor, please welcome back our good friend Conan O'Brien. Conan?
All right, I'm sorry.
Welcome back to the program. Thank you very much, because I know how busy I am. You, sir, must be equally as busy, so I really appreciate you figuring out a schedule whereby you can come and see us. Thank you very much.
We just did a mediocre show tonight and came here to do a good one, Dave. That was the plan.
Attaboy!
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
We do the crap over there, the good stuff here, folks.
You may be too late. Congratulations being on the cover of TV Guide.
Oh, thank you very much.
Is
Yeah,
big time, Mr. Big Shot,
Yeah,
Mr.
isn't
TV.
that,
Look at this guy right here.
Thank you.
Very, very cool.
That's not my body, by the way. That's David Copperfield's body. They just put my head on it right
Sure,
there.
why not?
I was real happy, though, because that's actually a pretty cool cover, I thought.
Yeah,
I saw
think it
that
turned
and I
out
thought,
nicely.
well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What TV Guide does, Dave, is they have a policy of shooting many different covers, and then they pick which
Oh, is that
one.
right?
And I was really nervous because I wasn't that happy with some of the other options.
Yeah, well, this one came out great.
This one, I'm glad they chose that one because I actually brought the ones they were thinking of maybe
Oh,
going
really?
with.
Well, let's take a look.
I think they're here.
So they gave you got to take a look at the
Yeah, I think I got to
proofs or
move
whatever
this
they call
mug
it.
maybe
Yeah.
just so people can see.
Yeah.
But this was like the first one they thought maybe about doing, and I wasn't too happy there. I don't know if you can get a shot of that, but look at that. I just wasn't too...
Yeah, the
Calling
baby,
a late night. That's just not good.
Very high concept.
No,
there.
I didn't like that one. And then there's this one. They're
Bob
trying
Hope
to be
props.
nice here, but
Yeah.
look at that. I just didn't go for this one. Flush with success
No,
right there.
I think that would be disturbing to your parents.
No.
Yeah.
That's a photo I actually had lying around. This one bothered me. Yeah, I had that. I just said, you want this one? And this one right here, I wasn't really happy with. Conan delivers the comedy.
Oh, no.
That one, well, wait, maybe I should have used that one.
People seem to be responding.
Maybe I should have gone with that. And
Everyone loves motherhood.
Yeah, and then this one, I'm really glad they didn't go with this one. I'm just glad that we avoided it. There it is, right there. Does TV suck or what? Cover. And I just thought...
No, I think that raises more questions than it answers.
Exactly.
Yeah, no,
exactly.
you did a nice job.
I don't know.
Now, when you were a kid, and you're still not that old, you're not a kid.
I'm in my late 50s, Dave.
Yeah.
I'm aging quickly.
Did you watch a lot of television?
I did.
It a huge? Well, it's a huge influence in everyone's life.
Yeah, I loved rerun TV when I was a kid. I watched a lot of Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah.
I remember. And one of the weird...
Bob Crane.
There he is, Bob Crane, a star that he played.
Died mysteriously in a Phoenix hotel room. I always like to point
Well, gee, thanks for helping me out with the comedy here, Dave. That's a nice little wrinkle we can add.
That's the only thing I know about Hogan's Heroes.
All right, well, yes, that's true, Dave. Now let's see if I can wring a little chuckle out of this. No, it is actually an amusing thing about having jobs like this is you watch these TV shows, and then these characters come into your life. You meet some of them, and it's like they're making a cameo appearance in your life. I watched a ton of Hogan's Heroes when I was a kid. One day I'm out shooting a remote piece. I'm out on the street.
Out on the streets of New York?
Out on the streets of New York with my drummer, band leader, Max Weinberg. And we're out there and we're shooting this piece, and all of a sudden, rushing around the corner, right on 68th Street, comes Werner Klemperer, who played Colonel Klink.
Yeah, sure.
And he's walking very quickly.
Got the
Just
monocle?
like Colonel Klink. He had the monocle, he had the riding crop. No, but he looks just like him. He's walking quickly, walks around the corner and goes, "Hello, Conan, good to see you. The show's doing so well. Give my best to Andy. Hello to Max. I must go now, 30 days in the cooler." And he went right off again, and I thought that's just like having a cameo appearance by Colonel Klink in your life.
In your life, yeah. One of the perks of being in show business. Yeah.
Exactly.
I think he was strangled, Bob Crane.
No, actually, he was bludgeoned.
To that
he was bludgeoned
with a lamp, wasn't it?
He was bludgeoned.
Beaten to death with a lamp.
They don't know what blunt instrument actually killed him, Dave. But he was bludgeoned. And I think I have photos of the crime scene. I'll go get them now.
Sure.
This will lighten up the evening.
Oh, I tell you what, we got to do a commercial break, and then we'll come back and continue visiting here with our friend Conan O'Brien. sir. Conan O'Brien is here, ladies and gentlemen, on the Big Late Show, and also Blues Traveler. Now, Conan,
yes.
I believe the last time you were here, you referenced having been a guest at the White House.
Yes, that's right. I've been invited to the White House.
I understand you've been back.
I've actually been back.
So you've been invited to the White House twice.
Yeah. What happened was the president of Ireland, Mary Robinson, very nice woman, was invited to a big state dinner, and so they have to scrape up all the Irish people.
Every Irish person living in...
I have no illusions about this, Dave. I know why I'm there. And they literally were like, what about that guy? All right. And so I was invited and actually got a chance to meet the president and
How big a
see him
deal
again.
is this? Is it like thousands of people? Or?
Yeah, it's thousands of Irish people.
Yeah.
It's like pretty much every Irish person they could find
And
who
you
had a
you
job.
have like a dinner? Is that what it is? A
Yeah, they
reception?
had a dinner and they had a receiving line, and it was interesting, seeing the president again. I actually, though, thought it was a little awkward because I thought the president was a little condescending, actually, to the president. I thought Clinton was a little condescending to the president of Ireland, myself. I thought that he talked down to her a little bit, and I actually, there's footage of the event, and I can narrate. If you want, I'll narrate what exactly happened.
Sure, no, absolutely. Be
We
my
have
guest,
footage. This really happened. This is not.
Conan O'Brien at the White
There's
House.
my girlfriend there. There's the president saying, hello there, nice to see you.
Who is your girlfriend?
Let's not talk about that now.
Nice
Nice
to see her back again.
Yeah,
isn't it?
exactly. And then he says, this is some Irish guy we scraped up. We couldn't get Shaquille O'Neal. And then he says, he's a TV talk show host. Now look at this, TV talk show host. He says, TV talk.
Yeah.
And she told him to piss off. And so I thought it was...
But she had a lovely gown there.
I just thought, yeah. Very nice woman. I just thought, she deserves better than that.
You were in, and I don't know when this was, you were in Indiana, my home state.
I was in your home state.
What the hell were you doing there?
I was there on Monday. I was visiting the local affiliate, doing a little stuff for them.
It's a great city, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, come on. No, don't.
It is. It's very nice.
No, it's very nice because people are very, very smart there. People are very, very friendly there.
Yes. All those things are true.
I've always said that the people in Indiana are like 40% nicer than you find anywhere
They're
in the
very
country.
nice people.
And the food is like 40% tastier.
Yeah, everything's good. And Bob Crane was not bludgeoned there, too, which is a nice thing. So it's got everything going for it.
I think with that Bob Crane thing, I don't think they found him for quite a while either.
And it was a very hot week, too. What? You started it.
Sorry.
I look up to you. I follow you in these things.
So you're in Indianapolis.
I'm in Indianapolis.
Yeah, and you loved it. It's a great town.
It was the best place I'd ever been. And what was nice about it, Dave, is that what was really nice about it was that I was invited to the Indy 500 Speedway, and I'd never been there.
The Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
And I know that you're
the citadel of speed.
Exactly, all those things. And I know that you're a big race fan, so I know you'll be impressed with this. I'm there.
Motorsports.
Motorsports, and you like the fast cars and the good times. And I get to meet. I get to meet Dale Earnhardt.
Dale Earnhardt.
Dale Earnhardt. They
Mr.
introduced me to Dale
NASCAR.
Earnhardt, and I guess he's a big NASCAR racer, and I meet him.
Ironhead.
Very nice. Ironhead? Okay, I didn't call him that.
Sure,
I'm glad.
no, yeah.
And I meet him. It's very impressive. And then he told me, and this is true, he said, do you want to take a spin around the raceway?
You got to, sure.
I was excited. I thought, this is really great. And I thought I was going to get in the passenger side of his NASCAR. He'll get in the driver's side and drive me around in his cool car. So this really happened. He said, all right, let's go for a spin. We walk outside the garage, and he points to a red Dodge Caravan.
Yeah, right. Sure.
Seriously, a red Dodge Caravan that would belong to the director of the Indy 500 Speedway. And he says, let's take that, you drive.
Well, that's even better.
Yeah, King Nerd going around the Indy 500 Speedway in a Dodge Caravan.
It doesn't make any difference.
It gets better. With Dale Earnhardt sitting next to me. So I get in this thing, I strap in the shoulder thing, I put on ABBA, on the sun. And it's playing, and I start driving, and Dale Earnhardt, the coolest guy in the world, is sitting next to me, and I just it's a big, tall car, so I'm doing 55 around the speedway, taking the corners real slow. There were groceries in the back.
Yeah.
There's a baby seat. Dale Earnhardt kept saying, and finally he took the wheel and just said, just lean on it, so I got it up to 70, Dave.
Yeah.
I really had this thing cooking, thank you very much, and I really had this thing going, and then
when I left, he wasn't that impressed with me.
Yeah,
I have to tell you.
You know, nonetheless, the experience is that should have been for you a thrill of a lifetime. Not everybody gets to do that.
And I think Dale Earnhardt's thinking of driving a Dodge Caravan in the next Indy 500. I saw him painting a number.
Conan,
yes.
It's always a pleasure to have you with us, and congratulations again and always on the success of your project over there at NBC.
Thank you very much,
couldn't be
Dave.
happier
And
for
thanks
you.
for having me.
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate
Anytime.
it. Thank you, sir.
O'Brien, ladies and gentlemen. Sam, we'll be right back. Thank you, men. Yeah, the boys seem to go for that.
I know.
I'll tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. We got a blockbuster. Is it a blockbuster or a barn burner?
Hey, it's both.
It's both a blockbuster and a barn burner of a show tonight, and so much more. Conan O'Brien, let me tell you a little something about Conan O'Brien. Once upon a time, Paul Schaefer, my friend, and I, we had a little show over at NBC. It was called Late Night. And in the beginning of the show, they came to us and said, what do you want to call the show? And so we had meeting after meeting after meeting, and it went on for literally a month of what do you call the show? Just because we couldn't come up with a really good idea that everybody would get sick of in a day or two, we just said, oh, Late Night.
Yeah.
So that was the name of the show.
That's how it happened.
That's the name of the show. And now, Conan, and by the way, P.S., I got my ass fired.
That's how it happened.
I'm going to tell you something. I was not a happy camper when that happened. So then they brought in a nice young man, Conan O'Brien, and he's been doing the show that Paul and I used to have called Late Night. It's still called Late Night and doing very well. So
yeah, awesome.
A little behind-the-scenes story there for you. Well, it's not as good as your countdown to the millennium.
Yeah, no, it's a cute start.
Okay. Our first guest is the funny and talented host of NBC's aforementioned late night program. Ladies and gentlemen, here's our good friend Conan O'Brien. Conan.
Sorry, Dave, that's a pet peeve of mine when I host the show, is guests that come out and stand for too long. Have you experienced this?
Yeah.
And the host cannot sit down.
You don't know what to do. It's awkward.
Until the guest, and so you'll have someone like Wayne Newton come out, and he stands there.
Wait a minute, you...
Thank you very much, everybody! And then he'll stand, and long after people have left the building, he's still standing there, acknowledging a love that's just not there, frankly.
You've had Wayne Newton? You've had Wayne Newton on the show?
Yeah, we've had Wayne Newton. That's pretty impressive, huh?
Impressive for me. How are the holidays? You have a nice time?
Yeah, I did, actually. I got my parents what I thought was a really great gift.
Where do your folks live?
They live just outside Boston, Brookline, Massachusetts.
So you went home for the holidays, a nice family?
Went home for the holidays, and usually I'm one of those guys that goes to the mall at the last second and buys deodorant for everybody. And this time I got the deodorant way ahead of time.
Yeah.
So what I did was I was thinking ahead. My parents had their 40th wedding anniversary.
Oh, pretty good.
Thanks for acknowledging that with applause. And it's a cold group here.
It ain't like Wayne Newton's here.
Yeah, right. So... So my parents had their 40th wedding anniversary in August, and I was thinking ahead, and I knock it off. And what I did was I hired a photographer to come to the anniversary.
That's a great idea.
Take pictures, and I
Put
said,
together a family photo album.
Nice, beautiful photo album, leather on the front, and it's very expensive. It's taking a while to put together, and it's just almost Christmas time. And this woman who's putting it together calls me up, and she says, Conan, what I like to do on front of the expensive photo album is I like to emboss a monogram in gold.
Perfect.
And what you traditionally do in these situations is you take the first initial of your mother's name, and then you do the first initial of the last name of the family in the middle,
and then you end with your father's first initial.
Oh.
3 letters right there. And I said, fine, go ahead, do it. So the photo album shows up. It cost me a fortune. And my mother's first initial is R. She's Ruth.
Ruth, yeah.
First initial, last name is O, O'Brien. My dad's first initial, his name's Thomas, is T.
T.
So I spent a fortune on this thing. Happy 40th anniversary, Mom and Dad. Rot! Just rot!
That's too bad.
My mom...
You think somebody would have caught that before they...
I wasn't thinking, and so my mom's crying, and I just have to go with it. Yeah, why don't you just rot there?
Unexpected acrimony.
Very,
for the holidays.
yeah.
Now, when you get together, is it? I have the sense, and maybe you've told me this before. It's a large family, and do you spend?
You're assuming that because I'm Irish.
Yeah, that's right. It's just another cheap
I hear
stereotype.
you people sit around eating potatoes and drinking scotch. It's a lot of fun. It is a big family. There are a lot of kids in my family, and I get a kick out of my mom. I love my mom. I'll say that because sometimes I talk about her. You're going to hit me if I do that again, aren't you?
Feel free. Make yourself at home.
Okay. My mom is funny. She comes from central Massachusetts. She grew up there in the 1930s, 1940s, and she has these just great expressions that no one uses anymore. If someone's a wise guy, she doesn't call them a wise guy, they're a little fresh. She'll say, you know something, Conan, that Dave Letterman, he's a bold stump.
A bold stump?
I don't know what... I have no idea where that comes from. He's a bold stump. If she's all confused and it ends and at odds with herself, and she says, I've got to say, I'm sorry, I'm a little Randy Boo.
Randy Boo?
Randy Boo. I don't know if people have heard that one. So my favorite one, though, is she has trouble talking about, intimate things, as many mothers do, and sexual things, and so, especially scandalous things. So she cannot just say that someone's having an affair.
Right.
She can't say that. So I'm home for the holidays, and I'm talking to her, and she says, I'm sorry, but she found out that a friend of hers, we'll call him Steve. Steve Jonas. We'll call him that because that's his real name. We found out that Steve Jonas is having an affair. He's a neighbor of ours.
No.
No, he's not really a neighbor. He's a guy that just lives, but he's having an affair with somebody else in his office. And so my mother says, I got to say, I'm all Randy Boo. I'm all Randy Boo. Because that bold stump, Steve Jonas, apparently, and she wanted to say he's having an affair with the secretary. She said, behind his wife's back, is playing patty fingers.
Patty fingers. Patty fingers.
And so, what I envision is, and my mom's telling me this story, I just envision someone going to like a Motel 6 with somebody, and they draw the shades, and they take the phone off the hook, and then they go, this is just great crime. Ain't right.
But when you are playing patty fingers, believe me, it takes a bold stump.
I've often heard that to be true, Dave.
Yeah, you gotta have that.
Yeah.
I don't know how long ago this happened for you, but welcome to the world of dog ownership.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I got a dog.
It's been a while. Brand new. How long ago?
It's a. I got a golden retriever. Mm-hmm. His name's Hudson. And
that's a little. Isn't that just a little Hudson? Is that just
it's
a golden
the most
retriever?
I mean, I know people always say that their dog is the cutest dog. I swear my dog is comedically cute. It's just like so cute that you just laugh practically when you see the dog. Really cute, beautiful dog. And I was up in Connecticut hanging out there a couple of weeks ago. And my dogs, I have a little house up there, and my dog's
Hudson.
Dog Hudson running around the yard.
Is that the name really, Hudson?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he cares if I say his name.
But it's not like Larry Jonas or whoever that guy was, is it?
I'm changing Hudson's name so he won't get prank phone calls.
But isn't it just a little, I mean, is that really, you know what I'm saying?
His real name is Kooky Doo. I was just embarrassed to say that was his real name. No, Hudson is his name, a little Hudson, and he's really cute. And I'm kind of, playing around with him in the yard. And suddenly this dog ran out of the woods.
and it was one of those dogs that hangs out.
A feral dog, a dingo maybe.
And it was a dog.
Might have been.
A dingo that ate my baby. And Meryl Streep was there. We had a good time. So I'm playing with the dog, and suddenly this dog runs out of the woods, and it's one of those. It's not a pure. It's just pure breed. It's just some dog that's been hanging out in the woods, and it's got a collar, so you know someone's feeding it. But it's kind of ugly, and it's really lean, and you can see it. Strong dog, and it starts running circles around my dog, just like 50 miles an hour running circles. And my dog is trying to keep up, doing the best he can, like and trying to do the best to keep up with the dog, but it can't. This dog is much faster, much stronger, much smarter, and I realized that looking at this other dog, that my dog has just been genetically engineered to be cute. 95% of the chromosomes in its body is just so that it will look good on a Hallmark card sticking out of a basket. I'm like, ooh. And that evolution has taken care of this other dog and given it superpowers that a dog should have.
Your dog looks good riding around the back of a Volvo station wagon.
Yeah, with a bow on its head, you know? Yeah. That's all it's good for, really.
Now, your dog, did you find him near the river? Is there anything? All right.
I have a lot of respect for you, and I really like you. But when you mock my dog, you just go too far, man.
Settle down.
I'm sorry.
I know
Dave,
you snapped.
It's an incredible amount of pressure at 12:30. You don't know. You don't know.
Yeah, trying to get Wayne Newton back. Now, I understand, and I'm very flattered that you did this. You brought a clip for us, a film clip, and I didn't even know you were in a movie, so that's great. Congratulations.
I'm not in a movie, no.
Oh, really?
No, it's me. You know, God forbid I'd be in a movie. No, I'm not in a movie. I just know that these big, big 11:30 show like this, every time I watch, guy comes out here as the first guest, he shows
a clip
from his big movie.
That's right.
And I wanted to do that, so I'm not in this movie, but I thought that this would blow everybody away, so.
Wow. You brought a clip, but you're not in it. Pretty good. All right. Do you need to set up this clip you're not in?
This is going to blow people away, and this is going to put me on the map, my friend.
Okay, here we go. It's a clip. He ain't in it. Enjoy.
Once upon a time, Conan O'Brien was going on Dave's show, and he wanted to show a clip that would really impress everyone. So he decided to show the Star Wars trailer.
Check it out. Yes, sir. Oh, man. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for being here. Happy New Year, and
Happy New Year
all
to
the best to you. So,
yeah, and
Conan
to you.
O'Brien,
Thank
ladies
you.
and gentlemen. We'll be right back with tonight's Top 10 list and Alanis Morissette. Katie Holmes on the program. Brian Greene is astrophysicist, and we'll talk all about the universe and any questions you may have about anything. Here's the guy right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to mention one thing. You know, remember Paul and I used to have a show over at NBC, and then they fired Paul. And in support, I quit.
I'll never forget
I
that.
said,
I'll never
if you're going to
forget
fire Paul, then I'm going with you. But anyway, that show was called Late Night.
Late Night.
We were on the air for 12 years, and it was taken over by Conan O'Brien.
Yeah.
You know Conan O'Brien.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well, listen to this. Conan and his wife, Liza, yesterday at 5:13 p.m. had a baby girl, their first child. How about that?
Good for them.
And I think her name is Neva, although I'm not sure. N-E-V-A, I think that's
Eva?
Yeah, that's it.
Beautiful name.
Yeah. So
I thought it would be Conette.
So,
Eva's beautiful.
Congratulations to Conan and his wife on having their first baby girl. That's a very nice thing. 6 pounds, 10 ounces. Johnny Lang is also on the program, ladies and gentlemen. Here's tonight's top 10 list. Let's do it. Hi, how you doing? Queen Latifah, Jack Hanna. It's funny that we mentioned the petting zoos because when Jack Hanna comes out, it'll be a kind of like a petting zoo.
So a coincidence, yeah.
By the way, did you hear this? That Conan O'Brien is taking over the Tonight Show? Did you hear that?
When does that happen?
It happens in 2009.
5 years from now.
5 years from now, yeah. Jay Leno has decided he's stepping down after in 5 years.
Jay Leno stepping down?
Yeah, it's apparently getting to him. So in 5 years, he's stepping down in 5 years.
But he does nothing but work,
That's
Jay
right.
Leno.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know anything
perform.
about this. And so they announced that NBC releases that Conan O'Brien, he'll be doing the Tonight Show. Good for him.
That's fantastic.
Oh,
yeah.
I wonder if I can get a tape over there. And
maybe a little late.
Yeah, a little late. But anyway, all our best to Conan when he takes the job in 2009.
5 years from now, yeah.
I think Halley's Comet comes back in 2008.
No, but it's great. That's so funny about Jay Leno,
Yeah,
though.
I don't understand any
Stepping
of it.
down.
I don't get any of it.
I guess he'll spend more time in Vegas.
I guess.
I don't know.
I guess. I don't know. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, here's tonight's top 10 list. Let's go. I think he said he couldn't take it another minute, so he's leaving in 2009.
5 years. Yeah.
How does stuff like that work?
I don't know. It's wonderful, though. Conan O'Brien's great.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
You know, you and I used to have that show.
We had the old Conan O'Brien show.
We had the old Conan O'Brien
we used
show.
to follow
Maybe
Johnny
we can get that
Carson.
again. Because there'll be an opening there.
Yeah, we'd have some fun.
Yeah. We're having fun now.
No, we are. I know.
The category, top 10 the George W. Bush debate strategies. Now, this is it. In a tearful press conference today, Jay Leno announced that he'll be leaving The Tonight Show in 2009. What is that?
Long time from now.
Yes, it is a long time. Let's see. And so here's what happened. Jay Leno, of course, had been the host of The Tonight Show for like 17 years, and he said, yeah, I think I'd like to do something else. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Is that how it happened?
I don't know what he said. So they say, great, we'll put you on at 10 o'clock. So now he's going to be on prime time. So he's on at 10 o'clock. And then Conan O'Brien, who used to do the show that Paul and I used to do, when we came over here, they gave that show to Conan O'Brien.
Right.
And now Conan O'Brien is the host of The Tonight Show.
That's right.
Tremendous guy.
Great.
And I don't know a lot about him. He's a very funny man, very smart. I know that years ago he killed a guy. That's all I know. Maybe I've said too much.
No. Wow.